right there, Mr. Longo. How are you?
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Very good there, Mr. Winn.
Dude, look at
Very
your
good.
hair, bro. It just, dude, I love
know,
that.
Well, I haven't cut it in almost 2 years now. I figured the hell with it.
That's
We're
pretty.
good.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. What's up, Yoshi? Anyways, a little bit more about Chris, just to kind of let you know where he comes from. Chris is a lover of tattoos, lover of tattooing, lover of tattoo artists. Man, he has always been one of the biggest supporters that I have ever known, and a pleasure to call him my friend. Also, man, Chris wasn't always in the tattoo game. We'll talk a little bit more about that. He owns Town Hall it's Scranton, right?
Yeah, it's Wilkes Barre, Pennsylvania.
Wilkes Barre, Pennsylvania.
I'm inside the Wyoming Valley Mall.
Yeah, dude. And hey, Sean, what's going on, buddy? And it's just like literally, man. It's a place that I've been. I've done a few guest spots there, man. Him and his wife have been so gracious to put my old ass up in their house, and we just been hanging out. So Chris and I have been friends for a number of years, man, and just welcome, dude. Thank you so much for being here and being on.
Well, I appreciate that you have me on. So,
well, let's just get right to it, Chris. What drew you to tattooing and tattoos?
I tell you, what really drew me to tattooing was. Look, when I was younger, okay, I was more, well, I still ride motorcycles, but I was more into that type of scene. And when I was in New York one day, I was almost 22 years old. I met this guy had a really cool dragon on his back. I had friends getting like shitty zigzag, tattoos, shit like that. But I was intrigued because it was really beautiful, and I'll never forget. I found out then, and I still always remember. I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember it was a tattoo that Greg Ironshead did.
Woo.
And what this gentleman told me, what really sparked my interest, was that a tattoo could be whatever you want it to be, whatever your imagination can hold, But tattoos still need black and line work to hold.
Bold will hold, bro. Bold will hold.
Yes, bold will hold. So that's what really sparked my interest. And then, I started going to New York, doing like the Tattoo Society meetings back in the day. Mike Wilson, who was the tattooed man for Coney Island, back at CBGB's in New York.
Yeah.
It was quite the scene, Look, I just always loved the art. That's all. I always was intrigued by it. I always believe that, look, we can always improve in everything in our life.
Right.
So I would always give the analogy when, like, I was emceeing a show or whatever that, look, you would never paint your house once and leave it out in the sun, for years. Look, you always got to give things a fresh coat.
Well,
so that's why I have
well, and speaking of fresh coats, man, you've gone over your bodysuit, 3 times now, completely?
Yeah, 3 times. Basically, my back was done by 4 different people, 4 times. My chest was done 3 times. Everything on my arms were done at least 3 to 7 times. And everything on my legs and feet were done twice. The only thing that was done 1 time was my ass, and that's the only thing I have left on that. So, but you know what? I have a good friend who I see he just joined in, Yalzi.
Yalzi, what's up,
really, bro? And look, I much love and devotion to him.
Yeah, totally.
Look, he brought collecting to a whole new level with over 130 or more. I think it's like 138 different tattoo artists. Great artists from all over the world. To me, like, he's the tattoo ambassador. I mean, look.
Well, let's just stop. Okay, stop right there. Yes, he is. And man, let me just say 151 is what he says. And yeah, dude, is he the tattoo ambassador? Yeah. But you are the mayor of Tattoosville.
Right. Well, look, it's just that I've been around for a while. You know what I mean?
I know. And Yalsey always talks really, really highly about, man, how you are his mentor. You know what I mean?
And look, they take such good care of me at the Puerto Rico show.
Yeah, I'm dying to get down there.
Like I'm a celebrity.
You are a fucking celebrity.
No, look, here's the thing. I just love the art of tattooing. I started doing tattoo conventions. I think it was 85. It was the first Am Jam in Schenectady, New York. The first 2 years they held it at this Electricians Union Hall. The second year was crazy. And then they brought it to this armory in Schenectady. But those were some crazy times back then, like in the 80s, tattooing. And then, of course, the 90s. You know what I mean? Look, the 90s, really. The 90s were the shit. I mean, every tattoo artist they know back then. Look, Flash, I mean, come on. Little Vinny, J.D. Crow. I mean, wow.
Well, that's one of the things, man, that I love about sitting and talking with you. One of the reasons that I wanted you to be on is because of the fact that how many of these tattooers did you know throughout the years? And I mean, like any convention that was anything, you were the MC.
Right. Well, you know what? Look, it was just something that I loved. Look, I competed. Look, back in the day, I'd like to give credit to J.D. Crow and even Dennis Dwyer with the tattoo tours where they started off with the seminars, teaching seminars. I mean, it was so important. I mean, that's what made everything evolve. I mean, the 90s really, I think, was the birth of the explosion.
Right.
2000, you know what I mean? Like, from 2001 to 2010, of course, started getting a little bit. But, that's actually when I emceed my first show.
What was
2001.
Where was that at?
That was at the Meadowlands, Mario Bart's, the biggest tattoo show on earth. So I did that, and then I did all the Tattoo the Earth tours with Paul Booth. Like those were so fun.
I was close to. Aaron Bell had asked me to go on that thing, man, and and my kid was. I was dealing with my kid, man, and I couldn't go, man, and I still kick myself for not doing that.
Oh, I know. Look, it was amazing, especially at the Serrano Hotel in San Francisco. They lined the walls with plastic and the floors with plastic, and it was such an incredible moment in history. For me, look, tattooing is about history and being able to give back. I mean, look, there's still a lot of really good young kids out there. Look, sometimes you get soured, but there are some good young kids left out there. I mean, and hopefully a lot of people understand and respect the history beyond tattooing. So.
Well, and that's one of the reasons that I'm doing this thing. And most of the time I'm talking to people that have been in the game for over 20 years. And the reason being is because a lot of guys, and seriously, Chris, man, a lot of guys have worked in shops that have only been open for 10 years, maybe 7 years, 5 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? The shop that I work at, Studio City Tattoo, man, it's been there since 93 or 92. You know what I mean? And It's like Burt Grimm's 1929, the family I come from, 1925, 29. It's been an open and running tattoo shop. So, that's why I wanted to kind of do this and kind of get some, old schoolers to just kind of talk about what it was like, because man, you can watch a Rolling Stones concert on a video, but if you're sitting there talking to somebody who was there. Totally different. Totally different.
Things.
Yeah,
Look,
totally.
You know, two total different ball games.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, truthfully, in my opinion, like for me, the magic was like in the 90s. You know, look, when I started getting tattooed by Bernie Luther and Guy Aitchison and Tintin, you know, and Philip Lou.
Yeah.
You know, to name just a few, you know, but there's so many great artists out there. I remember, like, meeting Nick Baxter, you know what I mean, when he wasn't tattooing for long, and like, my God, you know, some of the guys are just unbelievable, you know, Nico Hurtado, you know.
Yeah, man. Butch, man, dude, it was all love at that point. And that's one of the things that I would love to see get back into tattooing, is that everybody supporting each other and everybody loving one another exactly the way it was, man, because that's what drew me to it. It's what drew you to it, not just the art and not just having the tattoos, but you remember the early Ink Slingers balls? Dude.
Of course. Look, I did them, you know, the one in Garden Grove, California, and then the very first Ink Slingers. Oh yeah,
you did do the 90. One. You didn't you do the 91 Garden Grove National?
Yes, I did that. I did the San Diego tattoo tour, and where I did that one too.
Yeah, totally. But those early Ink Slingers balls were just out of control. Good times.
I know. Look, I only did one Ink Slingers ball.
Yeah.
It was the very first one.
Yeah.
And we had such a horrible experience. You know, I mean, they made us wait outside. It was like 100 and some degrees. And for over 2.5 hours, and finally they let everybody in, and they were patting everybody down, and the air conditioning didn't work. So it was an experience.
Oh yeah,
that's all.
That's one of the things that, like, even I remember 1991 Garden Grove National Tattoo Convention was the first tattoo convention that I ever went to before I was even a tattooer. Okay. I went to National in 93, and I was trying to get tattooed by Sean Anderson, but my wife had other plans. So my ex-wife, let me just say that. So anyways, but that first tattoo convention, I got tattooed. I couldn't get Corey Miller to tattoo me on the floor, so he tattooed me up in his room till, like, I don't know, man, 2:00 in the morning or something like that, man. And it was just a party in his room. It's one of my favorite tattoos, and we've talked about it before. You know what I mean? It's just been great. But those things, man. It was, it was crazy. I have a videotape. I had a videotape camera of that whole thing. I was walking around with a camera, man. I got, dude, everybody who's anybody. I'm trying to have it transposed now.
Conventions, like in the 90s back then, and even into the 2000s, look, every time you went and you seen everybody, it was like family. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And you enjoyed every minute there. You know what I mean? And it just seemed like, when it was time to go, you didn't want to leave. You were sad because you're going to not see your friends for a while. I mean, look, it was a special time. I mean, I think it's still a special time, but I'm still a firm believer in, tattooing. You're transferring energy into somebody. I mean, you're putting a little piece of your soul into them. I mean, your art, your mind and brain. I mean, it's a very personal thing. I mean, I just hope that we don't lose that more personal touch. I mean, I think that it's still there, but it's just so huge now that,
it's
big,
I mean, you know what?
Just one of those things where you never would have imagined. I mean, look, if I would have thought back in like the early 90s, the conventions, if they would have turned into what it turned into today, I mean, with, a show with over 1,000 booths, where 30 or 40,000 people come through those doors. You know what I mean? It's like, look, a lot of people will knock the different tattoo shows, Ink Master and stuff. Here's the thing, you know what? Look, in life, everybody wants to see that drama. So, you know, look, here's the thing. The guys, they play their drama, and you know what? It's all about, here's the thing. They're in that spotlight for that moment. They're recognized. You know, I mean, look, back in the day, I mean, look, if we got into a tattoo magazine, that was the shit.
Oh, my God, I mean? Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why, like, I tell every one of the people I meet and know, if they get that opportunity, to take it. Because here's the thing, you know what, look, you get that light, you let it shine, and you make the most of it. And that's what it's about, you know, I mean, to be able to enjoy your life, be happy, live comfortable.
Totally.
You know?
Totally. And you know, and that's something that we've both thought and had in common for a long time. And you know what? One of the things is that I know as well. I know you tattooed a little bit throughout your years and stuff like that. You've been an avid machine collector for quite a few years, which, you know, if people don't really realize that the tattoo machines that have been built over the years are kind of like time capsules. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
And they have their mark and they have their feel, and they all run a little bit different, man. You know what I mean? And every machine builder builds a machine, you know, kind of like the way he likes to tattoo with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's, I mean, I've got Dridgenbergs, which I love, man. I love that stuff, man. Adam just sent me, Safari just sent me one of those Ghost Coa liners, and man, that thing runs like a champ. And you know what, man, and I buy tattoo machines because first of all, I like what the guy stands for, I like who the builder is, I like what he's got, and I want a piece of his history.
Absolutely. Look, I started tattooing in '93. Okay.
Yeah.
I was a union pipe fitter. I mean, look, I actually became president of the union. I spent 6 years on the executive board, 6 years as vice president. Then I became president of Local 9 with the plumbers and pipe fitters. Right. But along the way, when I was vice president, they put me on the board of this credit union, which was, 102 Federal Credit Union, which was the electricians local.
Right.
Basically, look, they put me on the board, so, I mean, I'm going to speak up. You know what I mean? And, well, look, I did. I pissed some people off. And, well, lo and behold, 5 of the 102 members resigned, and I became president of the credit union as well.
Yeah.
You know, look, I just believe in doing what's right in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like supporting my friends, buying their paintings. You know, look, I've been buying paintings for a long time.
You've got quite the collection.
Look, I'd much rather look at beautiful art on the wall than dead presidents, you know? I mean,
right.
Plus, I get to have, my friends, I mean, a piece of them there with me at all times. So,
And that's one of the things, but you've always supported tattoo artists all over all around.
And machine builders.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I have like over 200 machines. I mean, look, I basically have like the John Clark Museum collection. I mean, I met John in '96, and I've gotten all of his prototypes and all of his machines. I mean, I got to get you one of his mag rotaries.
Oh God, I'd love one.
Look, there's so many great machine builders. That's why I'm always so pro American-made machines, because look, you can buy American-made machines. Look, I understand all the different pens and everything, but no matter what, you're not going to tell me you might get lucky, get a pen with possibly a German motor, but it's like it's not the same thing as something that was hand built.
Right.
You know what I mean? By a tattoo artist.
Right.
That's got the love. I mean, that's what it's about. I get it, back in life.
I get it. And you know what? One of the things that's just amazing about looking at your collection, for whether it's your art or your tattoo machines or your body, for that matter, you can just tell what a special piece of tattoo history, you are. You know what I mean? Because you are, man. You know what I mean? That was one of the reasons that I wanted to have you on early in this thing, was because the fact that, like, when, I remember, dude, I would open up a magazine about every month, man, and you would be standing in it at some convention, in some contest, in some fashion.
Well, look, I've got so many trophies for overall male. I don't even know what to do with. You know what? That's why, look, here's the thing. Back in the day, I mean, it was a shit to be a collector.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
yeah.
why, I applaud Yalsey. You know what I mean? Because, look, people always, they tried to get a great collection. And, I fought, and worked hard at it for years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then eventually I started winning so many trophies. And then, it took the wife to, make me think a little bit, isn't it somebody else's turn, to, pass that on? And then I just started, judging contests after that. And then I was emceeing the shows.
Yeah.
And, I still judge contests. I very rarely MC shows anymore. I mean, if it feels like work, I don't want to do it. So.
Right. So, how's everything going with the shop in PA, man? And I know you're in Jersey right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Jersey right now.
Yeah.
Look, we're closed, of course. I mean, they shut us down February 9th or 10th, something like that.
Wow.
I mean, look, it is what it is. I don't even know what to say. We live in a crazy-ass world anymore. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'm glad that I am, just about 62. I'm on the down slope. I feel sorry for the younger generation. I really do. I mean, but everything's different. I mean, look, they don't know anything, and
well,
it's just
history
comes in.
I do think that by the time that they're our age, that they'll be saying the same thing. You know what I mean?
Look, looking back, with Eddie and Stanley, who just passed as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Lyle, look, everybody still remembers them. And in life, look, in life, Lord knows, if you're remembered for, one generation, maybe you did something good. But if you're remembered for generations to come through history,
totally.
Look, here's the thing, you left your mark and you left your energy in the universe. So, look, people still think about Eddie, I still think about Eddie, still think about Lyle and Stanley and so many other people, that's what really made it special through these years.
Yeah, and I think that the younger generation, I hope, will have the respect, man, even though Instagram is so fast, you know what I mean? It was crazy because, when I first started, there was 2 tattoo magazines, man. There was Tattoo, and then there was Outlaw Biker Tattoo.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah. But first, it was just Tattoo.
Yeah.
Outlaw Biker didn't come into effect.
Yeah.
For about another year or two, possibly.
Yeah. Well, only because Outlaw Biker was like, oh, dude, we can make some cash off of that shit.
Right. Exactly.
But then we got the greatest, and let's just talk about the magazines, since we don't have any fucking magazines anymore. But if, you know what I mean? We had, Flash, we had Savage, we had some of the UK stuff, man. You know what I mean? I don't remember.
Oh, I know.
And then Tattoo Artist Magazine.
Yeah. I've got the first 25 volumes. So, and the same thing with all the Flash. I've got so much Flash.
Oh, God, I got boxes of that shit.
Back in the day, Julie Moon, Gail Summers, all the, J.D. Crow Flash, Little Vinny Flash, Cherry Creek. There's tons of it, Look,
that's it.
Videos back in the day, too.
Skin Deep UK, Dave Pikey, man. Dave Pikey, he's from England. Of course, he's going to know the UK one, man, because that's where he's from.
So, yeah.
But yeah, dude, I've been trying to get my hands on those Spalding and Rogers books for I don't know how long. Every time, man, I can't get them, man. I always get outbid. I always get, you know what I mean? It was just, Oh,
And you're talking about just the catalogs, right?
yeah.
Or,
No,
you know,
the actual, well, the Spalding and Rogers catalogs, but yeah,
right.
dude.
But I have the Tattooing A to Z. That's a hard book to come across.
Yeah, that
Is that
one
what
you
you're
can
talking
almost not even find it anymore.
Right. So,
You know?
yeah, and then, of course, the Tattoo Gun Machine books.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
7 volumes.
Yeah, totally.
I got all of them, too.
Dude,
Look, a lot of
I
people
know
don't
your
realize,
collection is ridiculous, Chris.
You know, back in the day, look, when the phone cards came out,
Yeah.
Lyle came out with a set, 5 different phone cards. It was, I guess, 5 hours of phone time.
Yeah.
And he signed all the different cards. You know, I picked up one of those back in the day.
Yeah, I've also been looking for that picture machine stuff. What up, Jojo? Jojo just joined us.
Oh, nice. There's another great tattoo artist.
Oh, God, he's
he
ridiculous.
did an excellent job on that 3-eyed dragon.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day, man. He was talking about that 3-eyed dragon. He's like, oh, my God, that thing is out of control.
You know, look, there's so many different people throughout the years, you know what I mean? Look, here's the thing. Back then, I mean, look, I knew everybody, you know what I mean? That's why, like, when I emceed the shows, look, I knew the people, you know what I mean? I knew their names. Like, when somebody came up, I knew who did that tattoo without ever even, you know, hearing who did it, just by looking at it.
Right.
Back then, you would know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, I was talking, I think I was talking to JoJo about this, and JoJo said that you were walking around and you stopped in his booth. I think it was JoJo, and and you were like, "Oh, hey, are you going to enter that in Tattoo of the Day?" And he was like, "I don't know." And he goes, "You need to enter that in the Tattoo of the Day." You know what I mean? And that's, you know, and that was one of the things that you weren't just up on. You know what I mean? Yes, always being cool to everyone. You were the best MC, man. I love that stuff.
Here's the thing. One thing that we all got to remember is nobody's better than anybody else. Look, we're all human beings. Look, I try my best to wake up and think of at least 3 things that I'm positive about living on this earth. You know what I mean? Try to put a smile on my face, and look, it's so much easier to be happy because, you know, I mean, life is short, precious. I mean, you know, we're talking about all the different people we've known. In the blink of an eye, they're gone. And next thing you know, in the blink of an eye, we'll be gone. And
how many times have we been on the phone when somebody had just passed? You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Dude.
Look, that's why, live every moment, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Go places, do things. You know, look,
Franco,
I got this
what's up?
guy, Flip Shades, friend of mine, Rick Magnuson.
Yeah.
You know, and I talked to him, and, like, he's been taking my advice. And just before all this shit hit, he was over in Europe, Hawaii, all over, just traveling and tattooing and enjoying life because, look, now is the time. I mean, you know.
Well, you know, man, that's one of the things, man, that I've been speaking with a lot of people because of the fact that, you know what I mean, I've been doing this thing, man, and I've had a lot of really positive conversations about that and about, like, you know what I mean, how blessed we are to get to do what we do, how blessed we are to travel, the friends that we have, you know what I mean, it's something that it only comes around once in a lifetime, man. I mean, like, dude, literally, I'm gonna tattoo till these fucking wheels fall off, man, because I'm a tattooer. You know what I mean? I'm not a tattoo artist. I'm a fucking tattooer. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
you know,
I considered myself more of, well, not so much a hobbyist tattooer. It was something that I really loved and was passionate about. I mean, I started in '93. I mean, I tattooed for a while. I tattooed at a bunch of different shops.
Yeah.
I tattooed at Mario Bar's shop at Starlight. You know, I tattooed in New Hope and Living Arts. I tattooed at a few different shops.
Cool.
And it was on the weekends. Like, if I wasn't doing a show or if I wasn't doing something with the union, you know what I mean?
You were tattooing.
Well, I was tattooing. You know, at one point, I collected unemployment for a few months, and I tattooed like 5-6 days a week for that 3 months. And I actually started getting pretty damn good. And look,
I remember we were sitting around your place talking about that shit when we were getting high.
people wanted me to tattoo them, which I still could never understand.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Look, here's the thing. I love tattooing, but every time I would start a tattoo, I'd break out into a mad sweat because, look, I feel because I want to fucking do such a good job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get nervous and I start sweating. And then, of course, like later on, they'll be real happy, but I'll blow up on that tattoo. And then I get sick to my stomach, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, well, you know what? That's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand is the pressure that goes on that you got one pass.
Absolutely.
You got one fucking pass. That's it. That's it.
I know. It's craziness. That's why, look, I don't need this stress. I run a tattoo shop. So.
I know, brother. And you run a hell of a good tattoo shop. I love coming to work for you, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, dude, Thomas, man, no doubt, man. Amen. And you know what? I'm so happy that I got to grow up in this business and prosper from this business and be a part of this business and have the brothers that I have in this business. You know what I mean? Thomas is one of my brothers. I think I have Thomas's very first tattoo that he ever did. You know what I mean? And during his apprenticeship, you know what I mean? And you know, it's like, you know, having those moments, man, are just, you know, it's just amazing to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. Look, here's the thing too, and all the different tattoos stand out as a moment in time in your history. Like, I remember so vividly, you know, when Bernie Luther actually did the race car on my foot. You know what I mean? Look, that was in so many different magazines. And then, of course, I remember vividly, of course, being in Detroit and having Timmy B, like, rework it. Well, look.
What are we talking? Are we talking about your foot tattoo?
Yeah. You know, that's why I do it all my tattoos.
Yeah.
Look. You know, look, I know, like, Jack Rudy probably is not one of my biggest fans because, you know, I had, you know, like Guy Aitchison and, you know, Corey Kruger and John Clue color in, you know, quite a few of the different pieces that I got from Jack.
Yeah.
And,
well, you were just, hey, when somebody tattooed you, they knew that 5 years later somebody else was going to redo that tattoo. You just ran out of room too fucking fast.
No, it's not so much that. I just think that if you can enhance something and make it better, why not? I mean, look, most people ain't going to do like I did, you know what I mean, where I got like 6 or 7 coats on a cover-up, you know what I mean? So I never got any laser. So,
yeah, that shit sucks, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's why, look, each and every tattoo is a moment. It's a snapshot of that time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look, the first Massachusetts show, that was fucking quite the amazing show. You know, I mean, it was Lyle's 70th birthday, and that was 2001, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think 2001. Yeah. 2001, 2002, I think.
Yeah, so I emceed that show as well. That was I mean, look, just moments in time. Of course, that was the year that Corey Kruger and John Clue both colored in the troll on the back of my leg that Jack did. And, of course, my wife, being the smart like she is, she went and got Jack and brought him up to the room because they were both tattooing me at the same time.
Oh, Jesus.
In my room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, of course, you know, Jack came in and, you know, of course, Corey and, you know, Clue both.
Oh, shit.
A little bit. You know, but then, you know, Jack, I think he gets over it. You know what I mean? Look, I got utmost respect for Jack. You know that. And,
I know you do.
You know, but I just believe that if you can enhance something and make it better, why not?
Yeah, no doubt, man. And you know what, man? You've been doing this long enough, man. You paid for it. You know what I mean? It's yours. That's one of the things that I always trip out about, man. Like, and you know, just to bring up kind of a sore subject is that cat that tattooed that stuff on, you know, Mike Tyson's face, man, and then they put it in that movie, man. He got millions of dollars off of it. You know what I mean? Hey, man, once you get paid for that thing one time, it ain't yours no more. You know what I mean? It doesn't belong to you.
Yeah.
You got that moment in time. You got that. That's it. Go fuck yourself.
Why? Whoever did that tattoo got paid.
Oh, dude,
On TV.
Yeah, they fucking sued the shit out of the movie company. That when they did what was that movie? The Hangover. And that guy, you know what I mean, he got the tattoo on his face, and they put the exact same tattoo on his face. Yeah, that tattoo. I don't remember who the tattoo artist was. And you know what I mean. This is a story that I've heard 100 times if I heard it once. But you know what I mean. And I could be a fucking liar, dude. You know what I mean. I'm not saying that everything whatever. But yeah, I'm sure he got paid, man.
Yeah, who knows? You know.
Hey, man. You know what I mean. More power to you.
Right. Well,
can't hate on somebody.
Paid in certain things. I'll touch on that a little bit. You know what? Look, I believe that the artist, they worked their ass off their whole life. You know what I mean? So I don't care if that dude took them 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that person, you charge them $200.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's with them for the rest of their life. I mean, there's a thing about being fair, but there's also a thing about just your self-worth, I mean,
man, I just
because, I see a lot of different things where people, do this stupid bullshit, all day settings, cheap shit, I have no idea.
My thing is that and I've always felt like this, man, you know what I mean? As much as humanly possible, I feel like I've felt like this. I don't know, whatever. But I always felt like it was such a honor to be able to tattoo somebody and have somebody wear your stuff. And it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like hanging it up on your wall, man, and you can repaint that shit. You know what I mean? This is stuff that you're wearing on you forever. It's, so it, yeah, dude.
And look, on that other side of the coin, getting tattooed, I mean, look, back in the day, I mean, look, Jack was like at least $175 an hour back in the day.
When all the rest of us were like a buck.
Things are now. I mean, look, here's the thing. I mean, in life, I never mind paying for somebody's expertise.
Right. Right. Which is yeah, that's good. It's good. It's good. It's great.
Right. I mean, that's just my feelings on things. I mean,
well, let me ask you this. What was the very first tattoo you ever got?
Okay. The very first tattoo that I ever got, okay, it was actually, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a cut open where it's a welder, and he's sort of like it's an old antique skin tear. Right. And there's welder, because I was a pipe welder. Right. Pipe fitter. And, I had designed that, me as a welder, with the skin flapped open, welding the crack in a bone. Right. That was just imagination. Yeah, right. Look, truthfully, I got most of all my ideas right when I would go to bed before I would actually get into a sleep and think of different ideas for different tattoos. Yeah. You know what? That's one thing that I really think is kind of lacking in the in the tattoo world as of this moment, man. You know what I mean? Nobody's walking through and they're like, "Oh, hey, I would like a goat with a demon on its back riding through the gates of hell." You know what I mean? Those, and somebody actually asked me for that tattoo at some time, right. But it's now, everything is so, you know what I mean? It's got to look like this, or it's got to look like that, or, you know what I mean? Somebody uses an acetate stencil and they don't even, we were talking about the other day, I was talking with one of my buddies about the acetate stencil, and you can see the guys that have taken the acetate stencil and they've done it exactly like the acetate stencil. It was just an idea, bro. You know what I mean? It was just an idea. Don't, you know what I mean? Like everybody
freehanded that stuff. It was just there for, you know what I mean, a mark.
Oh, I know.
You know,
Well,
so,
hey,
but I mean,
let's face it.
yeah,
Nowadays, look, if you go to a show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think to yourself, how many artists will just sit there and draw right on that skin, draw that design out on pen, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do it. You know, look, nowadays, you know, look, without a photocopier, the thermofax machines, you know what I mean, printer, you know, I mean,
watching
people,
Gil Monty all the time, man, would just take a fucking ballpoint pen and draw that shit on you and start tattooing you, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Didn't give a fuck where it was on your body. You know what I mean?
Well, look, that's what it was back in the day, too. Like in the 90s, look, most of that was people would just fucking draw on you with a Sharpie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Bernie Luther never fucking made a stencil.
Yeah.
That shit was just in his head.
Yeah.
Let it flow.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's one of the things, man. I love doing that. I have certain clients that are all like, you know, I need this spot filled, man. You know what I mean? What are we gonna do? And I'm like, hey, sit down. Let's fit. You know what I mean? I got an idea.
You know what? I just wish people would look. I wish I would have thought out more too. But you know what I really love, you know, one of my favorite actual tattoos. Not so much that it's, you know, the tattooing itself, is the Japanese bodysuit.
Oh God, yeah.
The thing is, I love the way that, look, that shit is all thought out, planned out, drawn out, complete story.
Yeah.
Before anything is ever put on them. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, I mean, you look at Horioshi, and he's got so many of the stories in his head. Dude, he doesn't even need to draw it. That guy just takes a freaking tattoo machine and just like, let's do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, when you got as much balls to do shit like that, man, that, you know what I mean? It's like, woo.
Right.
You know?
But what I'm saying is they have the whole design planned out. He's got that whole design planned out in his head before he starts.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
And that's one of the things, man, that I really miss about old school tattooing, man, is that, you know, when somebody comes up to you, especially at the tattoo conventions, and they're like, "Oh, well, this is what I want," and you know what I mean. If you aren't on the ball and be able to draw it on the skin, then you know you're going to go wait 45 minutes in the stencil line or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just going to cost you a ton of money. You know. So, anyways, man, I mean that's one of the things that I used to love is just watching guys just drawing on, and Bernie was amazing at that. He was amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Dave Waugh, same thing, man. Dave Waugh, when when he's like, "Oh, you want me to tattoo your shin?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I want to watch this stuff. And he was like, "Oh, dude," he drew that stuff on and then gave it to me. You know what I mean? Just gave it to me.
He's still fucking hitting it heavy.
Oh, dude,
He's
I know.
still out there.
I know, dude. You know,
Yeah.
and that's the thing, man, is that like I'm extremely blessed, man, and I feel so great that a lot of the dudes that I look up to, man, you know what I mean, are still my age, you know what I mean, and stuff, man. I mean, you know, I would probably say that one of my biggest inspirations is one of my best friends, which is Aaron Bell. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you what, man, that guy has got to get sick of my text messages. And I'm like, "Oh, what do you think? Where are you? What? And you know what I mean? And like, I got 3 or 4 years on Aaron. You know what I mean? You know, age wise, I think he's 53 or something like that. And I'm
Aaron's
56.
been tattooing for a long time. I remember, pretty sure I met him before, like the first New York City shows.
Yeah, he's amazing, man, and he's always been, but he's always been there and been so kind to help me with whatever I needed and what have you. You know what I mean? And there was a big family about that and about everybody helping everybody out. You know what I mean? Which was great, man. And I really, you know, I was telling somebody, yeah,
that's what everything is about. You know what I mean? Look, here he helps you out. But we all need to help each other out, you know?
Oh,
Look,
for sure.
If it wasn't for, you know, I mean, Dave Melvin, who started Gypsy Rose, okay, in the mall, and then Dave Cruzman went to work for, just to do a guest spot. And then, of course, Dave Cruzman opened up O-Line in, Jesus.
Hagerstown. Hagerstown, Maryland. Hagerstown, Maryland. Yeah.
Don't mind me, I'm old.
It's okay, dude.
And tired.
I know you.
But anyway, look, it's because of Dave and Kim. I mean, that I have the shop. I mean, we were partners.
I know.
In the beginning, and this is the whole thing. It was going to be turned over to me.
Well, dude, man. I mean, the thing about it is that Dave has nothing but love and respect for you.
Oh, I know. And
you know what I mean?
It's vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, mad respect for, both Daves. You know what I mean? Love them both dearly.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Like Dave Melvin. What a great human being, too. I mean, that's just, the thing about everybody, like, sort of paying it forward, helping people out.
Oh, for sure.
I'm helping the young kid, Victor Galino, out. He works for me at the shop. He started tattooing professionally in September. So, of course, this put a little crimp in things. But he's doing really well, listens, and, for me, like when I'm teaching somebody, the importance of doing freehand script over and over and over. I mean, look, people don't realize how important that is. I mean, the fluidity from your mind, you know what I mean, to your hand.
Well, I mean, look at how much, every time I come out to your shop, man, that's primarily 90% of what I do, man, is all this West Coast scripting,
Right, look, people love that. You need to be able to, look, the more that you can make up your own designs and do that freehand script, the more creativity of the mind it brings, I mean, look, I'm just a big teacher and advocate for that. And I'm also an advocate for these, the younger kids to where, look, you got to post every day. You got to be on Instagram every day. I mean, look, I'm old. I mean, look, I just learned how to do this with me and you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But nowadays, look, you got to be in people's face 24/7. I mean, it's just the way that the world revolved into.
I know. So, if you know what I mean, we're getting pretty close to the time running up or whatever, and I know it's late there. So if you have one wish for tattooing, what would that be?
I would just wish that people just still keep the love and the passion for it. Look, if you're a tattoo artist and you think that you just want to do it because it's money, nothing but money. Look, you're going to fucking struggle. Tattoo conventions, you don't make no money yet nowadays. Look, it's about just getting yourself out there. All this is about, look, love what you do, have passion and desire for what you do. And you give it 110%. And you be a good human being along the way. That's all.
For sure.
Look, be true to yourself. Don't ever lie to anybody. This way, look, you don't ever get caught in the fucking lie. So just be a good human. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Well, I never ever thought that I'm anybody special. You know what I mean? Look, I'm just a human being. Just treat people the way you like.
You know what, bro? You are a special human being, especially to me, man. I got absolutely nothing but love and respect for you, man. You know what I mean? And
same here with you.
I know, dude.
And to actually the whole tattoo family, and to Yalzi and everybody. I mean, I do have mad respect for Yalzi to bring things to a whole new level that he has, because he is the ambassador now.
Yeah, dude.
To the world for tattooing. I mean.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna have him on next week, man, which is gonna be amazing. Cool. So, anyways,
have to tune in.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, dude, much love to you, brother. Much love to your lady. Tell her, give her my best as always. I know I love her, man, and hopefully this will all wrap up and we'll be back to doing what we do.
Yeah, we'll be able to be free again. Maybe.
Yeah, totally.
Go fishing or do something. What I mean?
Ride it hard and put it away wet, bro. That's all we want to do. Peace and love, brother. Love you, Thank you so much. Love you, pal. Peace.
Take care.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, thanks again for joining in tonight, man. That was really that dude means a lot to me, man. You know what I mean? As a lot of tattooers that I talk to, man. You know what I mean? I have been very, very, very blessed to be given this life as a tattooer. To come from the Bergrim's family, to be able to come to you right now and to come to you like this, man. There's a special breed of tattooers, man, that if you search hard enough, you will find, and they will bend over backwards for you. So search them out, man, and find out who they are. You will make a friend for life, I can guarantee, because most of my friends came from getting tattooed. I'll tell you what, man, it's taken me around the world doing that. So I'm very blessed. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Wednesday is going to be a really great night, man. I have Robert Atkinson coming on. I can't wait, man. It's going to be amazing. And then Friday, Sean Anderson. So I'm extremely stoked with both those guys. We got some really great guests coming up next week. Thank you to the guests that have been on already, man. I'm trying to record this one, man, to save it in posterity, and we're really trying to go there. So hopefully, if it recorded, I just watched my computer shut off about 20 minutes ago. But if so, it'll be on Winn World, the podcast, on YouTube and iTunes and stuff like that within the week. Thank you again so much, man, for all your love and support. Thank you for supporting tattooing. Thank you for supporting your tattooers. Thank you for being a tattoo aficionado, man. We appreciate all you. Exactly. So let's get out there. Let's get this place back opened up, and let's start slinging some ink. All right. And I love you too, baby. Anyways, I'll see her in a minute. I'll see you all on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Robert Atkinson. Don't miss it. Peace and love. Always, man. Crew. Peace.